I love how I always look like really tired on these videos because I just woke up. Um, Last night I dreamt that I had a bunch of dreams. One of them, I was walking up a trail along the coast, the water, and it was a dirt trail, and there was trees hanging over, and I noticed that pushed down into the dirt, and I got to a certain point where there was a whole bunch of almonds. They weren't in their shells, just almonds pushed down into the dirt, tons of them. So I looked up and I was like, oh, there's an almond tree up there. Cool, I want an almond tree because I'm obsessed with trees that have fruit and edible stuff on them. So I was like, cool. And those grow around here in the Bay Area. And then I went a little further, and the nuts that were packed into the dirt changed into pistachios. And they did have their shell. And I was like, dang, I really want a pistachio tree. I wonder if I could plant these pistachios and grow my own. And then I grabbed onto the tree, and I was hanging on it. And there was some other big, furry, pineapple-looking tree that came over. And I was hanging onto this other smaller tree that kind of bent up and went around, and was hanging on it. And then I was like hanging over the water, because the trail was right on the coast of like ocean, and and then I was wondering how I could make that look that way if I was making a movie using like green screen techniques. And then I was making a video, and I was making the bottom half of the screen like water moving, and the top half like some video game or something. And and I was like, oh man, I just had a breakthrough. I don't have to make my own backgrounds that are just a still shot or drawing. I can like use this other moving thing, and it was some kind of breakthrough, but it doesn't make sense now. And then and then I was on a boat, and I went down to the very lowest deck, the lowest level of the boat, and there was just a small hallway with old wooden floors, and I was walking down the hall, and I got to this door, and there was a window, and I looked in, and there was just one old lady in there cooking, and she like hit her face with like a cloth or something. And then I was like, well, that's weird. And so I went back out and up, and there was a shaft where a big metal thing came up, and it had a big wok or pan full of some kind of food in it, and it was weird. And then different part, I was at the coast again, only this time I was way out, and now it was like the coast of Chile. And I was like, man, I remember when I used to live here, I used to go over there to the edge, and I would, as far as I would come, is like step on some of those rocks. But now I'm way out here, out over the water, and I have so much more freedom now. And one of my brothers was kind of with me, I think. And then we were just hanging out, and I looked over, and there's this park where there is a real park in Lota, Chile, but instead of just like a garden, this thing was like a theme park, and it had like water slides, and it had a big roller coaster that looped out way over the ocean, and I was like, dang man, that'd be scary to be on that. But I was hanging on something over the water too. And and then all of a sudden I was like, look, a shark. And a shark that was like just a couple feet big jumps out of the water. And right when I said that, this guy in a wetsuit jumps in and grabs it. And he just walks out of the water with the shark. And I was like, whoa, that guy's crazy. But the shark's fins, it had like big fins on the side and on the top. And they had like some fish do, like stringy things coming off of the fins. And it only had one eye. And it was like almond shaped right there. And I was like, whoa, that's a weird shark. I wonder what kind it is. And the guy's just holding it, and I was like, oh, that guy's crazy. And then this other guy behind him, like, is holding a large fin of another one, of a huge, like, 6-foot one, and he drags it out of the water. It also has, like, the one eye, and I was like, whoa, weird. And those were my dreams last night.